Life is a journey filled with moments that test us, challenge us, and sometimes even break us. But what if instead of looking back with regret, we chose to see every experience as a lesson? No regrets, just lessons learned. We've all felt it, that quiet ache in our chest, that haunting, if only whispering at the back of our minds. Regret. But what is regret, really? Regret is an emotion tied closely to hindsight. It shows up when we look back at something we did or didn't do and wish we could change it. It's often accompanied by self-blame. It sounds like, I should have known better. I shouldn't have trusted them. Why did I say that? Why didn't I try harder? And it hurts, not because we're weak, but because we care, because we know we could have done better, and that knowledge weighs heavy. There are many reasons, but here are the most common ones. Missed opportunities, that job we didn't take, that love we let slip away, that dream we gave up on too soon, hurting others, word we can't take back, decisions we made out of fear, anger, or pride. We carry the weight of how we made someone else feel, choosing the wrong path. Sometimes we follow what's safe instead of what's right. And when life falls apart, we wonder, what if I had chosen differently? And even when time moves on, regret can anchor us to a version of ourselves we've outgrown, a moment we can't relive, a chapter we wish we could rewrite. Let's be honest, society doesn't make it any easier. From the time we're young, we're taught that mistakes are bad, that failing is shameful, that we must always be right, successful, and perfect. We compare our lives to carefully filtered pictures on social media, to timelines society has set for us. Graduate at 21, married by 25, successful by 30, and anything outside that path, we label as failure. So when we stumble or fall behind, we feel like we've ruined everything. But the truth is that pressure is unrealistic. And the regret we feel, it doesn't mean we've failed. It means we're human. Here's the most important thing I want you to hear. Regret is not here to punish you. Regret is here to guide you. It's a signpost pointing you toward what matters. It shows you what your values are. It highlights where you need healing. It reveals what you're ready to change. Instead of hiding from regret, we can learn from it. When handled with humility, regret becomes a teacher. It softens us. It humbles us. It helps us grow. A young woman staring out of a bus window. A man tearing up an unsent letter. A teenager scrolling through old photos. A middle-aged person staring at an old journal, softly smiling. So the next time regret whispers to you, don't run from it. Sit with it. Ask it, what are you here to teach me? Because maybe, just maybe, it's not there to remind you of what you lost, but to prepare you for what you're about to gain. You either win or you learn. Regret is the past trying to teach you something important. There comes a moment in all our lives when we feel the weight of something we wish had gone differently. A word spoken in anger, a decision made in haste, a door closed that maybe we should have walked through. But what if we stop looking at those moments as losses and start seeing them as lessons? You are not defined by just the good moments in your life. You are some of everything you've experienced. The joy, the heartbreak, the wins, and yes, the mistakes. Every experience, whether painful or pleasant, adds something to you. It could be a new perspective. It could be inner strength. It could even be a softening of the heart. Learning to listen better, to be more kind, more patient. When you look at your life through this lens, even the worst seasons begin to have meaning. They aren't just chapters you wish to skip. They're the chapters that shaped your soul. Think about one experience you regret. Now ask yourself, what did it add to your story? We often run from our mistakes, but in truth, they're some of the most honest teachers we'll ever have. Empathy. When you've been broken, you're slower to judge others. You start to understand pain that you once overlooked. Resilience. After falling and getting back up, you learn you're stronger than you thought. Awareness. Mistakes open your eyes to what matters, to what you didn't know before. And with awareness comes maturity. None of this comes from perfection. It comes from falling, getting it wrong, hurting, and choosing to learn instead of staying stuck in guilt. Gentle reminder to the audience, your mistakes didn't ruin you. They refined you, Perfection is not the goal. Growth is. We were never promised a smooth road in life. We were promised lessons, not shortcuts. But in today's world, everyone looks like they're getting it right on social media. So when you mess up, you feel like you're the only one. But let me tell you something very simple. Everyone is learning. No one gets it right all the time. We're all students here, students of life, love, faith, and failure. So if life is a classroom, that means the bad days are part of curriculum. You can't skip them, but you can choose to study them. Let's flip the script. When you say, I failed, your brain believes it's the end. But when you say, I learned, your brain believes it's a new beginning. Try this affirmation with your viewers. I didn't fail. I learned. I'm not a mistake, I'm becoming. This small change in words rewires how we see ourselves. It moves us from self-blame to self-growth, from being stuck in the past to stepping into wisdom. What if the very thing you're ashamed of is the thing that will help someone else heal? What if your scars are not signs of defeat, but signs of survival? You see, when you shift your mindset from loss to lesson, something powerful happens. You stop asking, why me? And you start asking, what is life trying to teach me through this? So today, take a moment. Revisit that moment you regret. Not to beat yourself up, but to uncover what it came to teach you. You didn't lose. You learned, and you're still here, growing. That's something to be proud of. Let's talk about something most of us do in silence. Replaying the past over and over again, wishing we could do it differently. But what if I told you that you can revisit your past without becoming a prisoner of it? We all have moments we look back on with pain, embarrassment, or shame. A wrong word, a poor choice, a door we should have never opened, or maybe one we regret not opening. And it's normal to revisit those moments. In fact, revisiting them can be healthy if you go there to learn, not to relive. Here's the truth. You cannot heal what you avoid, but you also cannot grow if you keep living in the same painful memory. So how do we strike the balance? Go back. But go back as a student, not a victim. Don't go to judge yourself. Go to understand yourself. What was I going through at the time? What did I not know then that I know now? Was I doing the best I could with what I had? These aren't excuses. They are lenses that help you see your humanity. You don't have to carry your past in your chest like a weight. There are tools, quiet personal tools, gentle tools. Journaling is one of the most powerful. Write it down. Let the page absorb your thoughts. It's not for anyone else. It's for your healing. Sometimes, your own handwriting will show you a truth you've been running from. Therapy is another sacred space. It's not about being broken. It's about being brave enough to unpack what you've been carrying. You deserve that level of self-care. And self-reflection? That's the daily check-in with yourself. Ask, why did I react that way? What was I afraid of? What would I do differently now? This isn't punishment. It's growth. Let's be honest. Many of us can forgive others faster than we can forgive ourselves. We keep replaying the same mistake, the same poor decision, like it defines who we are. But you are not your worst moment. You are not the version of yourself that was hurting, lost, afraid, or angry. Forgiveness isn't pretending it never happened. It's deciding to no longer hate yourself for it. It's looking in the mirror and saying, I didn't know better, but I'm learning now. I messed up, but I'm choosing to grow. That's not weakness. That's the purest form of courage. Instead of asking, why did I do that? Ask, what did I learn from that? This small shift in language rewrites the narrative. Instead of being the villain of your own story, you become the student who turned pain into purpose. Maybe that broken relationship taught you your worth. Maybe that lost opportunity reminded you to never doubt yourself again. Maybe your silence in a tough moment taught you the power of speaking up. Don't just carry the memory, carry the lesson. I want you to pause for a second, breathe, and ask yourself this. What's one thing you regretted deeply? And what lesson did it leave behind? Write it down in the comments if you feel safe to share. Your reflection might just be the light someone else needs right now. We all have pain that shaped us, some of it loud, some of it silent. It may come from betrayal, failure, heartbreak, or even personal shame. But here's the truth most people overlook. Your pain carries power. When you open up and share what you've been through, especially how you rose from it, you give others permission to heal too. Maybe you survived a toxic relationship. Maybe you made a choice that hurt someone you loved. Maybe you've been through failure after failure, but now you're wiser, stronger, and that experience, when shared with humility, can help someone else feel less alone. Who can benefit from my story? How can my scars become someone else's survival guide? You don't have to have it all figured out to be a light. Sometimes just saying, "I've been there too," is the start of someone else's healing. Don't let your pain rot in silence. Let it bloom into purpose. Lessons are life's way of drawing new lines for us. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are guardrails to protect your peace. Every regret teaches you something. Maybe you learn not to ignore your gut feeling. Maybe you learn the cost of staying silent. Maybe you learn the difference between loyalty and self-betrayal. The next step is to create boundaries that reflect what you now know. Boundaries might sound like, "I no longer tolerate disrespect, even in jokes. I need to rest when I'm tired, not prove I'm strong. I will not shrink myself to be accepted." If your past hurt you, your future should be shaped by the lessons, not the pain. Boundaries are how you love yourself better the second time around. This is where many people get stuck. We replay the past again and again, wishing it could be different. But no amount of thinking can change what already happened. Only your actions now can redeem what went wrong. Instead of just thinking about the past, start building from it. What will I do differently next time? What did that situation teach me about myself? What habits do I need to break or build? Applying the lesson means walking away when peace is no longer present, speaking up when silence caused damage before, making better choices with the wisdom your pain gifted you. The only thing worse than a mistake is repeating it with no change. So move, act. Even small steps count. You don't have to leap, just walk forward with intention. You are not the worst thing you've done. Yes, you made a bad decision. Yes, you let someone down. Yes, you didn't know better back then. But guess what? Growth is real. Redemption is real. And change is possible. What matters most is not who you were, but who you are becoming. Every single day, you're writing a new chapter. And every day is a chance to choose differently. Forgive yourself, learn from it, and show up better. Because in the end, you are not your mistakes. You are the strength it took to stand up after them. Your future is waiting. And it doesn't care how messy your past was, as long as you show up with truth, humility, and effort. If no one's told you this today, you're allowed to grow. You're allowed to change. You're allowed to move forward. Not because you're perfect, but because you're learning. And that's what matters most. No regrets, just lessons, and a life that keeps evolving one lesson at a time. Let's be honest, life is far from perfect. No matter how carefully we plan, things don't always go the way we hoped. We make mistakes. We take wrong turns. We trust the wrong people. We speak when we should have listened or stayed silent when our voice was needed. But here's the truth. Life was never meant to be a perfect, polished line from point A to point B. It's a journey full of curves, delays, breakdowns, unexpected detours. And that's okay, because in the mess, we find meaning. In the chaos, we discover who we really are. It's not the smooth parts of life that shape us most. It's the storms, the falls, the moments when we had to pick ourselves back up with trembling hands. So don't be ashamed if your path looks different. Don't feel behind. Don't compare your journey to someone else's. You're growing through what you're going through. And that is a powerful thing. Think back to one of the hardest times in your life. Now think about the person you are today. You made it through. You may have scars, but you're still here. And you're wiser because of it. Every heartbreak, every failure, every disappointment, even when it felt like the end, was shaping you for something greater. Maybe you learned to speak up for yourself. Maybe you realized your worth. Maybe it taught you patience or how to stand on your own. Whatever it was, it gave you something that prepared you for a future you couldn't even see yet. So the next time you feel like you're falling behind or falling apart, Remind yourself, you've been through worse. You've survived before. You'll survive again. It's okay to feel regret. It's a human emotion. It means you care. It means you've grown. Regret shows that your past actions no longer align with your present values. And that's proof of maturity. But here's where we often get stuck. We let regret define us. We replay moments over and over, punishing ourselves for what we should have known or should have done. But you didn't know. You couldn't have known. You did the best you could with the mindset, maturity, and resources you had at the time. So yes, feel the regret. Let it remind you, but then let it go. You are not that one decision. You are not your past. You are who you're becoming. Let this be the message you carry in your heart. Don't erase the past. Learn from it. Don't carry the guilt. Carry the wisdom. Mistakes are only meaningless if we refuse to grow from them. But when we choose to reflect instead of punish ourselves, when we choose growth over guilt, that's where the healing begins. Shame keeps us stuck, but lessons move us forward. So if you're watching this and still haunted by what ifs, or if only I had, please hear this. You are not alone. You are not unworthy. You are not ruined. You are a human being learning as you go, and that is more than enough. So today, choose to leave the shame behind. Choose to walk with the lesson and walk forward in peace. Your story isn't over. Your past chapters don't cancel your future ones. The pain was real. The lesson was hard. But now you get to decide what comes next. If this video hit home, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with someone who might need a little reminder that every setback is just a setup for a comeback. Remember, no regrets, just lessons learned. Keep growing, keep glowing, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong, stay real,